Hi, it's Michael from Replica Airguns here, and I've got another blank shooter review, and this is the EKOL Dicle. Now make sure to check out some of my other videos related to this one. I have a shooting review where I shoot it in conjunction with the Volga and with the Jackal Dual. So make sure to check that one out. I'll put a link in here right now. And I also have separate videos for the EKOL Jackal and the EKOL Volga standalone review videos. So make sure to check those out too. So let's go over the specifications of this gun. It's a 9mm P.A.K blank shooter. It's semi-auto. It holds 15 rounds in the magazine, and you can put one in the chamber, so 15 plus 1. This gun weighs about 2.5 pounds, so it's very heavy. It's front firing with a semi-plugged barrel. So what I mean by that is they put a little metal rod that goes down the length, or at least the most of the length of the barrel, and this inhibits any type of projectile from being shot through this gun. This particular gun has the satin finish, so it's kind of like, I wouldn't call it a nickel, it's just more of a metal look. And this particular gun is single and double action. So what comes in the box? Well, of course you get the gun itself. You get the manual. And not too much in here. Schematics, different things like that. You get the, now this particular device here, this is for when you field strip the gun, it helps you put the gun back together essentially, and I'll show you when I field strip it. You also get the flare adapter for when you have the need to shoot flares. Alright, so let's take this gun out of the case and quickly show you around the gun. By the way, the case comes with this wrap on it, so it's kind of nice. Alright, on the left side of this gun, there's a few things here that I want to mention. This is your takedown lever, and we'll get into that a bit more when I field strip it. You also have your slide release. Let's just safety check it really quickly. Okay. You have your safety, and this is ambidextrous, so I'll show you the other side when I get there, show you that it's on the other side as well. And I did mention that it was double and single action. It's really hard to pull it back. It's got a very heavy double action, but a fairly light single action. You also have your magazine release here on this side. And here's your magazine. 15 round magazine, 15 plus 1. Let's take a look at the other side. So here again, your ambidextrous. Now it's a little bit different looking on this side, but it still allows you to put it in safe and non-safe positions. You have your ejection port on this side. And of course you have your extractor right here. Let's take a look at the top of this gun, sights primarily. So there's really no markings on the sights. Now it's a light finish on this gun, so they're easy to see to the front sight. No white dots or anything like that. Again, you have the actual hammer, fairly heavy hammer. Bottom, of course, you have your magazine area here. Nothing too exciting. Now, let's see if we can see through this. Let me get my flashlight. Alright, here we go. You can see the pin in there. That's what I'm talking about there. But you can still see through the gun. Alright, let's do a quick field strip on this gun. Start by moving your takedown lever and then pushing it from the opposite side until it comes out. And you can see here how this moves in the way, and that's why you need that tool. And I'll show you that when we put it back together. Sometimes it's easier if you cock the gun manually to get the slide back. So put the slide back and up, and you're done really. Again. Now, I just want to show you how thick this slide is. The slide is very heavy. It's well made. You know, these guns, I guess a lot of people call them, they're made out of pot metal or whatever they call. But it's a very heavy slide. This gun is very heavy. Okay. And of course there's this piece that they all seem to have. And that's where your spring pin goes. Alright, let's put this gun back together. You do it in reverse order as always. Lining things up is always fun, but once you get them lined up, you're usually good to go. And there you are. So now here is where this little pin comes in handy. I'm going to grab that. What you need to do is line it up and just have it go in there like so. Once that's in there, you can see how you can see through there. Makes putting this in a lot easier. Okay, and then you can release that. And your gun is back together. Okay? So in closing, I wanted to mention some of the good and the bad about this gun. I like that it's a nice heavy gun. It has a lot of mass. It feels good in the hand. I really like the satin finish, giving it the two-tone look. Now this gun worked really well when I did the shooting portion of my review. I didn't put a lot of rounds through it, but it was the first time I shot this gun, and it really had no problems loading, ejecting, shooting. There were no misfires. Now, I didn't really mention what this gun looks like, but it looks a lot like a Beretta Cougar. That's the closest gun. The only exception to that is this little portion here, the trigger thumb guard here. So on the real Cougar, this wouldn't really be as pronounced. It would be shortened on it. Other than that, I mean, the closest thing I have in my repertoire is this PX4. And they're similar in shape, but there is a lot of differences on them. But they're both the Beretta design, I guess, if you would say. This is a PX4 Beretta copy, replica in a pellet gun version. But you can see that there's some definite similarities in the shape. But the Cougar, the Beretta Cougar, does look more like this gun, for sure. A couple things I didn't like, and there wasn't really too much, and I didn't like this on the Jackal as well. This plastic piece that they just sort of stick on the end of this magazine is really sort of just cheap plastic. It doesn't really add to the look of the gun in any way, and so if they made a little nicer end cap, I think it would look better. And same with the plastic grips on this gun. There's nothing really special about them. They work, but they're kind of a hard, shiny plastic. I would like to have seen them to be maybe a little softer, a little more cushy, maybe not as shiny. Would have looked nicer. Alright, so make sure to check out the Replica Airguns website. We have lots of reviews and articles on blank guns and pellet guns and BB guns, mostly replicas. We also have our fairly new Replica Airgun store, and we are selling EKOL products. We currently don't have this particular gun in our Replica Airgun store, but we do have a lot of new EKOL products that we're selling, and we have stock and inventory of them at the time of this video. So make sure to come down and check out some of our inventory and see what we have. And shortly I will actually be receiving some more EKOL products to do some reviews on. So make sure to come back and check those ones out. I'm even going to be doing a BB gun by EKOL. So make sure to check that one out as well. Thanks so much for watching the videos. Have a great day and take care.